Good evening, hello and welcome. You're watching Plain Speak here on CNN 18 with me, Poonam Burde. In 4 days from now, Rajasthan votes for government and campaigning is at a feverish pitch. There were rallies back being held by top guns of both the Congress and the BJP. The Prime Minister is going to be holding a roadshow in Jaipur in just a short while from now as well. Politics around caste and a clamour for caste census seems to be the Congress pitch, who is hoping to buck the historical trend of a rotational party storming to power in the state. Now, while releasing their manifesto, Congress Chief Mallikarjun Kharge reiterated a charge the Congress has made in the past, and this was a direct one at the Prime Minister. Mallikarjun Kharge said that Prime Minister Modi's community was not backward earlier, and that when he became the Chief Minister of Gujarat, he put his caste in the backward classes category so that he could manipulate that tag. Prime Minister Modi faked the tag was the allegation the Congress made. He also said that the Prime Minister must not oppose a caste census because it will benefit him and people like him too. Now, this is the latest in a string of attacks that have been made by the Congress party. During an election rally today, Rahul Gandhi said that PM often talks about how there is no caste in India, but there's only one caste, and which is the poor. But in reality, there's another caste, and that is of billionaires, taking a jibe at the Modi government. He said that the caste census is an X-ray of the country. It is extremely necessary to be conducted, and the Congress, when it comes to power, will do so in Rajasthan. But let's take a look at this manipulated OBC tag remark that came to the fore from the Congress party. Does that claim hold any water? Was it really under Narendra Modi as Chief Minister of Gujarat that the caste he belonged to was notified as the OBC community? Well, Narendra Modi belongs to the Modganchi caste. It was added to the OBC category in 1994. This is what the Gujarat government had said when the allegation was first made. The Social Welfare Department of the Gujarat government passed a notification on the 25th of July in 1994. It included 36 castes as OBCs. In the list at number 5B was the Modganchi caste that has been mentioned. The caste was amongst, the caste was included amongst the OBCs when the Congress was in power. This was the Congress Chief Minister. 5 years later, the central government too notified this. They added this particular caste in the backward classes list. Now, was there a translation error? Whether that prompted the Congress to make these comments, that's a question that everybody is asking. Now, let's talk about Congress and Rajasthan. It's a state that is steeped deeply as far as caste politics are concerned. The OBC vote is an important vote bank. It's being courted by all parties. There are 200 seats in Rajasthan Assembly. 30% of the elected MLAs are from the OBC communities. BJP holds all 25 parliamentary seats in the state. 11 MPs are OBCs of the BJP. According to the 2011 census, scheduled castes comprise 17.8%, scheduled tribes comprise 13.5% as the population of Rajasthan. As per the NSS, as per the NSS, the population of other backward classes in the state stands a little over 50%. So this is something that both the Congress and the BJP are mindful of, and that's really our big debate tonight. Why are we seeing this OBC war? Why are we seeing this caste pitch? And who exactly is going to be benefiting from it?
मोदी जी बोलते हैं यस मैं भी बैकवर्ड क्लास का हूँ। बोले कई बार आप सुने नहीं क्या? अपने ही कम्युनिटी को गुजरात में काशी केली बोल के बना कर उसको बैकवर्ड डाल दिया।
अब एक बार फिर जातियों के आधार पर देश को और समाज बांटने का काम कर रहे हैं। ओबीसी को आरक्षण देने, ओबीसी के विषय में बात करने का मुझे लगता है कि नैतिक अधिकार ही कांग्रेस पार्टी के पास में नहीं है। जब मंडल कमीशन को लागू करने के लिए देश भर का युवा आंदोलनरत था, तब इनके नेताओं ने किस किस समय में क्या क्या प्रतिक्रियाएं दी थी, वो आज भी देश का ओबीसी समाज भूला नहीं।
Hello, Moto.
Joining me on this broadcast, spokesperson of the BJP, he'll join shortly. Siddharth Yadav, advocate Kadial of the Congress party is with us. Sab Tiwari, a psephologist, will join us shortly as well. Senior journalist Javed Ansari on this debate. But let me begin by asking the Congress's spokesperson. And Mr. Kadial, do you think the strategy is going to pay off by raking up whether the Prime Minister manipulated his OBC tag, whether he did so just for political gain or for political opportunism? Do you think this helps, or this is an effective strategy for the Congress party in Rajasthan when you're trying to make a caste census, a caste survey push?
Thank you very much for the question. I think the Bharatiya Janata Party should stop being judge, jury and executioner. And for once, if the Bharatiya Janata Party come up with their double standards, because one, they haven't been able to do a caste census. There has been double speak on their part. We have been demanding a caste census. And if the Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson joins, I would love to know it from him or her, the spokesperson, as to why have they not been able to do it in so many years in 2 terms. Number two, I want to clarify 2 things. It is the Bharatiya Janata Party that does politics on caste and religion when it comes to elections, because they don't have any work to show. Number three is the Bharatiya Janata Party should answer this one question. Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge has been targeted because of his caste, and you would remember that the centre had lately, some time ago, had formed this committee of 8 members. It was a high-level committee for simultaneous elections. But Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge was not a seat in that. Now, I'd like to know from the Bharatiya Janata Party that why has the president of the Congress party, why has a respected member of a respected community, why has a member who has done so much for our country not been given a seat on the table? Number 4, Mr. Modi recently gave a statement about setting up a committee to empower a community with regard to the demand for categorization of SC. Now, the Bharatiya Janata Party has been in power for so long. You have the power, you have the majority, you have the votes, you have everything. You can bring along an ordinance also. So this double standard of the Bharatiya Janata Party needs to be given up. This needs to be done away with. For once, if the Bharatiya Janata Party could do what they say, I think the country would appreciate.
And I have Siddharth Yadav of the BJP on this broadcast, and if you heard your questions, I have him rebut. But I want to ask you one question. You said that the BJP often talks about this but has done nothing. Many would accuse you of doing the same thing as far as Rajasthan is concerned. The caste survey and the caste census push and is only coming a few months before elections. The Congress was in power for over 4.5 years there. That's what many would say. I'm
sorry, I'd beg to differ. Our leaders in Rajasthan have been demanding that for a very long time. Our leaders in the High Command have been demanding that for a very long time. In fact, our leaders have said that this is an X-ray of the country, and unless we do not know how many members there are to a particular community, how do we know how much participation there has to be? So I think the Bharatiya Janata Party being in power for 2 terms, being in the centre, having an absolute majority, more than 2/3 majority, has not done anything for these communities. And when it comes to words, they have a lot of words to offer, they have a lot of words to contribute, but zero action. They are big talk and zero action.
Siddharth, how would you like to respond? The BJP, for so many years, centre has not done anything for the community. The Prime Minister only uses it when it comes to election rallies and only as a political tool. The BJP is not walking the talk. Do you think the BJP has an effective strategy to cut this narrative the Congress is setting in Rajasthan? Because caste is an important factor as far as that state is concerned.
No, I feel Congress can try and put in any narrative that they want to build. But the reality of Congress and the hypocrisy of Congress exposes them in any way which the people also understand, the country also understands. Actually, the reality is the Congress can only remember, and Rahul Gandhi could only utter the word of OBC when actually the country had the OBC Prime Minister, where the country had the maximum number of ministers from the OBC community ever in its history. Rahul Gandhi thought that I need to begin this OBC rant, otherwise, I'm going to be lacking behind. I don't think that Rahulji would even be knowing about OBC before someone would have told him before 2018, 2017, or when he was in power. The reality is that the Bharatiya Janata Party government has done the most for the OBC community. It is the first time that the National Commission for Backward Classes was given the constitutional status. And I would like to ask my friend today, before leaving this debate tonight, please answer. The NCBC Commission bill was brought to the Parliament in 2017. The first time the National Commission for Backward Classes was given the constitutional mandate, the constitutional right. Why did Congress party oppose it? Why did you oppose it? We brought the Vishkarma Yojana. We brought We made the fisheries department. We gave the maximum scholarships for OBC. We have done the most. Where are you? You could only think of OBC, and you were asking me that in so many years, why couldn't we do a caste census? We could not do a census because we were under a pandemic. No country in which the census was due in 2020, 2021 in the world has done the census, especially us. When we, a country of such a stature, such a big country, when we try to do something, we have already announced that we would do a census in the time to come, and we would do a census removing all the difficulties. Please do answer in this debate tonight. When you did the survey in 2011, why did Minister P. Chidambaram in 2013 on the parliament podium said that if we release the data of this census, we will have dangerous consequences? Why did you not release? You were with the data for 3 years. You did not release the data. Now you're asking questions with the BJP. Why would you do it? Why would the Congress just to play with OBC sentiments? And I was hearing what Mr. Khadge was saying. I did not between you, sir. Please have the courtesy of
already
listening.
had a lot of time.
I was listening to what Mr. Khadge said in the elections. I think speaking on the Prime Minister, abusing the Prime Minister, the Congress can only do it. The Congress can only do it for OBC Prime Minister. Nobody else. Would you have the courage to say the same thing? Born with a golden spoon. Sir, you don't have the courtesy to listen to me. I'm sorry, I would not participate with you like this.
I'm sorry, but you already had a lot of time.
Double
the time that I had. I have a question for you.
Sir,
Gentlemen, questions were raised, questions were asked of each other. The Congress asked certain questions of the BJP. Siddharth Yadav has responded. Siddharth Yadav, you've asked certain questions of Mr. Khadial. Let him go ahead. Khadial, go ahead, and then I'll get the other two panelists in as well.
See, the Bharatiya Janata Party's expertise is to do whataboutery, and that's exactly what the gentleman of the BJP has done. Did not answer a single question.
Please answer the specific question I asked you.
Second,
don't cry baby now and ask for more time and more time.
You had your time, you asked the question. Let him respond, please.
Thank you.
No, he should get of his own medicine, speaking, interrupting others.
My time, it's my name, Ashpreet.
So you should understand this for others also. Please go ahead.
I think, see, if you take the double the time of the other speakers, of course, you have to interrupt. Now, please understand one thing. Your screen
you be the anchor also.
Your screen's been going off, you've been going in the dark, and that's exactly what we've been doing to the people of India.
I request both you gentlemen, let's stick to the subject. There are other two panelists who are also waiting patiently. Yes, go ahead.
See, I mean, gentlemen, saying that, it was the pandemic, that's why we could not do the census survey. I think there could not have been any less logic to it. It couldn't have been any more absurd. I mean, 2 terms, you could have brought an ordinance for all the communities that you've been promising should be provided the ST categorization. Why have you been promising and not doing anything about that? Number 2, I asked you a categoric question. Why was Mr. Khadge not offered a seat in the 8-member committee that was to look into simultaneous elections? Was that not because of his
your leader, Ranjan Chaudhary, who was ordered that position, did not participate? Your leader was there to participate and did not.
Gentlemen, unfortunately, we are digressing. We're talking about Rajasthan, we're talking about the strategy, but both parties seem to be taking into account as far as wooing a certain community is concerned. We're talking about the OBCs, and I want to get in the other two panelists on this broadcast as well. I want to get in the psephologist, and Amitabh Tiwari, what is your sense as far as the caste arithmetic in Rajasthan is concerned? The kind of pitch that the Congress has been making as far as the caste survey is concerned, as far as OBCs are concerned, do you think that is something that is going to work for the Congress party, or is this going to be an uphill battle irrespective?
See, it is going to be an uphill battle irrespective because of the fact that the same question people might ask Congress, that if you were in power for the past 5 years, why have you not conducted a caste census, or why have you not talked about the caste census in the earlier times? That's number 1. Number 2, OBCs are generally comprised of Jats, Gujars and other OBCs, lower OBCs. Now the Gujars voted for the Congress party in 2018. They are traditional vote bloc for BJP, but they thought that Sachin Pilot could become chief minister, so they backed the Congress. But that has not happened. So there is some disillusionment among the Gujars. This time also, Sachin has not been clearly declared as the CM face. The Jat vote is likely to be split amongst the 3 parties because there is a Hanuman Beni RLP, which is attracting youth to a large extent in the Jat-dominated areas. However, the other lower OBCs, if you look at the CSDS data, have been unanimously voting for the BJP in the past 3 elections since the delimitation. Even if you see the number of tickets which have been allotted by the Congress to OBCs, that is 74 or 75, which is much lower than 50% population of the OBCs. So unless you show commitment by declaring the amount or the number of OBCs as candidates, which is in equal to the proportion, because that is Congress's slogan or nara, jitni abadi utna haq. But that has not happened in ticket distribution. So that could, to my understanding, not be a great comforting factor for the OBCs. However, they have a OBC chief minister, which has been in power for 3 terms, belonging to a lower OBCs. However, there is some discomfort there as well, because the community which he belongs to is fairly less in representation, around 2 to 3% only, and the Jats and Gujars have been demanding their pound of flesh from the Congress over the years.
Kadyal, if you look at ticket distribution, like Mr. Tiwari was also pointing out, both BJP and the Congress seem to have done the balancing act as far as OBCs are concerned. The amount of tickets have been given to the OBC community in both parties pretty much stands around the same number, somewhere in the 70s if I'm not mistaken. So you were accused of the same allegation you're making against the BJP, that you're not walking the talk.
I'm sorry, I beg to differ on that. It's us that have been demanding a caste census, and it's the Bharatiya Janata Party that has been in power for a very, very long time. And despite that, they haven't moved a leaf. Number 2, let me clarify one thing. The Bharatiya Janata Party has been saying a lot of things here in the debate and outside in Rajasthan as well. One of their promises happens to be, that we'll empower communities, we'll ensure your categorization, etc. This is one. However, on the other hand, Mr. Modi says there is only one caste, that is poor. Now, where do the billionaires go? Where do all these communities go that you've been promising to empower? What about them? So this double speak of the Bharatiya Janata Party is crystal clear. It's clear as day. And the Bharatiya Janata Party should apologize on this debate itself tonight, like the gentleman of the BJP was saying. Apologize to the people of Rajasthan, apologize to the people of India, apologize to 140 crore people for having tried to befool them with your promises of empowerment. And on the other hand, when it's time to do something, they say there is only one caste, that is the poor. So Bharatiya Janata Party needs to stop, blowing hot and cold at the same time. Number 2, please. Number 2. There are only 2 things that the Bharatiya Janata Party has done. That is abuse Mr. Gandhi, and that is abuse Mr. Kharge. So I would request them to stop doing that and start focusing on the
Sure. Mr. Yadav, quick rebuttal, then I'll get Javed Ansari in as well.
Yeah, I thought you had forgotten about it.
I apologize, Mr. Ansari. Quick rebuttal from Mr. Yadav.
Quick rebuttal. Just a short reminder, the Congress spokesperson has yet not answered why did the Congress oppose the NCC bill. I hope he answers while the debate ends. Before that, secondly, he said that I think the Congress is just confused.
I asked you a question. Why was Mr. Kharge not offered a seat?
Sir, I'm answering Mr.
Kadyal, you asked him questions. Let him answer. I need to get in Ansari in as well. Let's not waste time in this going about back and forth between the 2 gentlemen. Mr. Yadav, 30 seconds.
Please
30 seconds if you have a direct rebuttal to make. Otherwise, I'll get in.
I have, yes. So Mr. Kadyal is accusing BJP that according to BJP, Garib is the only jati. Now he's asking where will the billionaires go? Sometimes his leaders say this is the party only supporting the billionaires. First, decide and come. Who are we for?
That is for you.
Do you think we are working for billionaires? Are we working for Garibs? Yes. For us, there is only one jati, that is Garib jati. For that, we are working day in, day out. That is why 13.5 crore people are above the below poverty line under our rule. You say Garibi hatao, you hatao the Garib. Now we are coming,
let's come back to the point, and I want to get in Javed Ansari in on this. Javed Ansari, I apologize for having made you wait for so long, but we're talking about the caste census, the caste survey push the Congress and the India bloc is trying to make, not just in Rajasthan, but around the country as well. They see it as an antidote to the BJP's Hindutva politics. They think that perhaps the umbrella Hindutva vote will and it will benefit them. But as far as Rajasthan is concerned, do you think that strategy perhaps may not work and it actually may backfire, because then the dominant caste will perhaps only get pushed further towards the BJP?
Look, theoretically, the OBCs dominate. There are 40 OBCs, the largest chunk there. Mr. Tiwari will correct me if I'm wrong, but according to the figures that you put out, they're 47%. They are the largest chunk. But do all of them vote en bloc? I don't think so. The Yadavs in UP vote very differently from the Yadavs in Rajasthan and in Madhya Pradesh and in Haryana. Yadavs in UP are aligned to the SP, whereas those in Haryana and in Rajasthan are aligned to the BJP. So it's not a monolithic bloc which votes. And as far as double standards are concerned, look, political parties adopt positions depending on where they stand. Neither the BJP nor the Congress party, nor for that matter, none of the parties have lived up to what they had professed. Everybody cries is, competing with each other for demanding rights and demanding reservations for OBCs. But how many tickets has the Congress given? How many tickets has the BJP given? How many tickets has Mr. Beniwal given to the OBCs? It's less than 50%. There's a huge mismatch always between what political parties say and what they do. Caste, unfortunately, is a reality. In an ideal world, especially in this day and age, we should not be talking in terms of caste. But it has always played a very important role, and it will continue to play a very important role. There is no point in just ignoring it, just wishing it away, because it won't go away. It's a reality.
Right, like you pointed out, that the Congress hasn't really walked the talk as far as ticket distribution is concerned, or for the pitch that they're making now for the OBCs is concerned over the last 4.5 years.
I pointed out neither the Congress nor the BJP nor Mr. Beniwal.
Yes.
So it would be unfair to just say that I pointed out about the Congress.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm talking about the Congress because the Congress is incumbent here, which brings me to the question that would this then be advantage BJP come 4 days later when Rajasthan votes?
Well, it all depends. The jury is still out. We don't know, but evidence from the anecdotal evidence seems to suggest BJP has its nose ahead in Rajasthan. And it's only once the last vote is counted, and then we have a breakdown. But for the moment, the BJP, and this has little to do with the OBC factor. It has more to do with the anti-incumbency factor. The fact that Mr. Gehlot woke up to this populist schemes very late, and his ability to ensure last mile delivery hasn't been that good or as good as he would have wanted, and therefore his government may not reap the political benefits that he hoped would accrue when he initiated these schemes.
Right, so many factors that are going to be at play when Rajasthan votes on the 25th of this month. The pitch that the Congress party has been making as far as the caste survey is concerned, the push that they've been making for OBCs, does that actually resonate with voters, or will it only consolidate votes for the BJP further? We'll find out in a few days from now, but unfortunately I have to leave it at that. That's all the time that I have here in this edition. I thank you all gentlemen for joining us here.